the Fusion 15 Mastering Social Media with ChatGPT. Now, you can use Copilot, you can use any other AI language tool that you want to for this. I chose ChatGPT because it's the most easily accessible for everybody, but Copilot is actually a really great tool to use this because you can use internal source documents, slicks and one pagers that you might have internal to your organization to be able to make sure that everything that you produce is on brand, to make sure everything that you do is within your brand narrative and reach. So the point of these Fusion 15s, I'm going to be doing these once a month, is to solidify our relationship, right? So obviously I work for Fusion Connect, and my purpose is to drive more revenue with you as partners and help to increase your profitability and find new ways for you to uncover revenue. Like yesterday's POTS replacement webinar, which if you missed it, I'll send it to you. Just reach out and make sure that you do that. But I want to educate you on different tools that you can use to increase your bottom line. And today, it's about social selling, right? It's about social media. So the thing about social media is a lot of people kind of see it and snicker and think, it's for kids. They kind of think that it's not something that's super important, but I can tell you with verifiable proof that it actually is. So I want to present a scenario for you. It's called the $1 million connection, right? So imagine this. You're a sales rep at a small SaaS company. Pretty easy to remember, right? It's what you do. You send a personalized LinkedIn message to a prospect after engaging with them, right? That simple connection leads to a conversation which eventually closes a $1 million deal, which this is real stuff. I've worked on many large deals. I've recruited many partners through LinkedIn. It's a fantastic tool among all the others. And the thing about it is when you're doing selling, right? I had a sales leader one time explain to me that you have to do it 10 times, 10 different ways, right? So you call them, you email them, maybe you grab some lunch or a coffee, you do a webinar, maybe you do a presentation. We'd be happy to do a presentation with you if you have a book of clients that you'd like to invite for some kind of lunch and learn, things of that nature, right? But the missing link is social media, right? And why I like social media so much, right, is it's static. It exists forever. So once you post something, people can go back to that. I've had many posts that I've done a couple weeks ago, a couple months ago that get reinvigorated when someone stumbles across it, right? Someone comments on it, and all of a sudden it gains more traction, right? So the thing about LinkedIn is, did you know that 78% of social sellers outsell people who don't use social media? That's a pretty staggering statistic, right? 78% of people outperform their competitors when using it, which is huge. So here's my call to action to you. I want to implore you to make sure that you can replace your cold calls with warm calls by leveraging LinkedIn. And I just want you to watch your pipeline grow, right? So it's got a huge audience on it. The thing about this is we really need to take a look at the data, and it is pronounced data, not data. We can chat about it on LinkedIn. You can call me and say that I'm a fool. But the data is really important, right? And so the cool thing about LinkedIn is you have lots of free insights that you can have. You can pay more for it and get even advanced research that you can put into your post. But I took a couple screenshots of what I'm doing with my social media, what I'm doing with just my LinkedIn alone, that's going to allow you to grow your pipeline and grow your business. So as you can see here, I had 34,000 impressions over the last 90 days. The reason why I'm going to call back to this 90-day sequence is because that's when I instituted this ChatGPT, this AI way of doing social media posts, right? It's not just, hey, make me a quick post about this. It's very methodical in the way I do it. And a little bit later, I'm going to show you just the prompts. Super simple. You don't have to overthink it. I've done it for you. I'll send it to you after this webinar, so you don't have to remember, but please definitely do pay attention. As you can see there is, these are my impressions and reach, right? So can you see me? My content consistently reaches both my network and new audiences, which is key, right? Constantly getting in front of my prospects, constantly building new stuff. So over the last year, I generated 63,000 impressions. But more importantly, since I've started doing this strategy, I've seen 32,000 impressions over the last 90 days. Now, I built this presentation back in January to do it in February. So some of this data is old and it's actually gotten much better. My impressions have reached over 44,000. My connections are over 10,000 now at this point. So I'm growing my network, I'm growing my reach, right? So what this is telling you, right, is that my content reaches every one of my followers about 6 times a year, and that's just the baseline. What it does also is it shows you I have 20,000 unique members that I reach annually, and in the last 90 days, 12,000, right? So these are people outside of my market. Bigger than that, if you're looking at the demographics, right? So I'm very methodical in the way that I outreach. Obviously, I'm trying to reach you as partners, but I'm also trying to create brand recognition for my company as well as myself, right? So if you look at that, the top titles, senior leaders, CXOs, entry level, director, owners. These are the people that I want to reach. These are the people that I connect with. You look a little bit deeper into that, the founder, the chief executive officer, the president, the owner, the co-founder, right? These are the top people that you actually want to connect with as somebody who's selling people on solutions, yourself, your business, etc. Right? And then if you look at the top demographics, right? And I always say, look at the data, right? Because this is going to tell you who's looking at your stuff and making sure that you're reaching the right people. Obviously, mine are spot on. IT services and IT consultants. That's exactly my target audience, right? Software developers, also a great tool to build APIs and build relationships for referrals, right? Telecommunications, there's deal a lot in the UCaaS space with Operator Connect and FusionWorks. Then you've got, business consulting and then construction down there. I did a lot of work in construction in a previous life. Really great targets for people here on the call. So make sure that, if you're looking to look vertically focused, I always recommend that. I know a lot of people do as well. Moving on, it's all about the engagement, right? So people are seeing it, right, with impressions and reach. But the next step, if you think about relationship, hey, I like you. I've seen you from across the bar. Things go well. Now you want to get engaged, right? So visibility is only part of that equation. Engagement shows how well my content connects with people. So over the last year, you can see that my annual engagement rate is 1.72. Now that's above LinkedIn's 1% average, right? So 1% is really not great. 1.27, 1.72 is way above and beyond that, right? And this is because I've instituted this strategy. And as you can see, I had 1,092 engagements on average over the last year. And in the last 90 days, 537. So a huge jump. In 90 days, I've hit over half of what I've done in the last year. And that's some of the stuff that I really want you to look at because this works, right? This isn't just, me saying something off the cuff. I've tested this before I brought it to you as partners because I wanted you to see the actual value on how this works and how I'm able to grow my network, grow my message, grow my reseller base. But in your side of the things, right, this is how you're going to reach your target people, right, and sell them the solutions that you want to and retire quota early. Now, before I jump into it and show you how it's done, I'd be remiss if I didn't do a little commercial for Fusion Connect. So I want to remind everyone here of some of the spiffs that we have going on. We've got 4x spiffs on every single of our core products, POTS replacement, access services, etc. Now, in addition to that, right, or included in that is 2x on copper POTS. Fusion Connect allows you, if you missed the POTS webinar yesterday, I'll send it to you, just reach out. Fusion Connect allows you to take people's existing copper POTS and transfer them over to us for billing. We give them a flat rate of $85. And if you saw the webinar yesterday, some people are paying $300 or more per POTS line, right? So it's a way to stop the bleeding for your customers, give them an immediate value add, and then we can develop a strategy to do POTS replacement for them. So it's a really great place to kind of get them ready, get them set up. Now let's work on the strategic measures for moving this forward, right? So it's a way that we've done it. You're going to get 4x spiffed on the totality of that type of deal, right? So 2x for the upfront, 2x on the replacement, you get 4x. It's fantastic. It's a great way to go to market, make some quick money, make some long-term money, right? A thing that we do different from a lot of our competitors is we actually spiff for renewals as well. So we're offering 4x spiffs for all renewal contracts. How many times have you as a partner taken somebody, sold them another solution, then 3 years after their contract's up, you start shopping for other solutions, right? And what a pain in the buns that is, right? We all know that doing these migrations can sometimes be very tedious. It's full of headaches. There's not enough Motrin in the world sometimes to cover some of the issues that come up. So we want to incentivize you as partners to make sure that you are delivering continual and ongoing development and value for your customers. And you have 4x renewal on all that stuff. And then lastly, we have the 5x renewal on new logos for Operator Connect when sold with CSP. So Operator Connect is our Microsoft Teams UCaaS solution, easily turns Microsoft Teams into a way for people to connect outside of your organization just by adding a dialer and all the, hunt groups and ring rules and all that fun stuff too, right? The good thing about Operator Connect is it's a super easy sell. People are mostly using Teams already in some capacity, so the user, like the learning curve, I would say, is very minimal, right? Because they're already very familiar with the application itself, so it makes it simple. They're already a Microsoft environment, so they understand how to control that environment, and now they've got the value add of having phone system integrated to something that they already use. You can add Copilot into it. You can do all kinds of really great things that I'd love to book a meeting with you to talk a little bit more about that, right? So lots of good ways for you to earn extra money here at Fusion Connect. And that's the thing that I definitely want to drive on this point, right? Is we want to make sure that you're successful, right? This webinar is set up for your success. So let's do it. So here are the prompts. So prompt 1, super simple, and I'll send this to you. Take all the notes that you need, but definitely pay attention to how this works, right? So I tell ChatGPT, Copilot, whatever, I want you to do some research for me. Act as an expert LinkedIn social media marketer. Tell me 10 frustrations, 10 desires, and 10 fears that insert target audience, right? So in my case, technology resellers experience in their ad area of focus. And I say growing their monthly reoccurring revenues. Put it in a table. Format the x-axis 1 through 10, y-axis desires, frustrations, and fears. The reason why I personally do this is it's a way for you to easily recall and reuse some of the data that's come in. So you can use that in sales messaging, you can use that in emails, you can use that during your discovery calls, etc. So I'm going to switch gears real quick and open up my ChatGPT and show you in real time what this looks like. So first things first. Come in, paste that prompt. I got mine already preset up here. And then it is going to create that table that I've requested. And you can see frustrations, desires, fears along the top. And then it's going to give me 10 of those areas of focus, right? So limited access to competitive pricing, clear, predictable, lucrative commission models, et cetera, right? So this builds this off based off of the data that's exhibited here. So that's the first prompt. That's the very simple prompt, right? And this next one is just as simple. So then next, what I do with it is I tell ChatGPT, now taking the above, I want you to create 30 days of social media content for me from the perspective of me, an inside channel manager at Fusion Connect, and how we, Fusion Connect, help solve these issues. For more information, here's our website, fusionconnect.com. Right? So I did that so it's not kind of getting information from a bunch of different sources, but I really want it to be on brand. I really want it to be on target, and I want it to use consistent messaging, which my marketing department has already approved. Now, if you're using Copilot, right, ChatGPT is great. If you pay for it, even better, because you can upload source documents to it, right? But if you're using Copilot, it'll automatically, you can pull from all kind of available resources in your SharePoint and your OneDrive, stuff like that. So I definitely do encourage you, if you haven't taken a look at Copilot, definitely take a look at that. So in each post, I need you to address their frustrations, their fears, their desires, so my targets can easily see how partnering with Fusion Connect is the best choice for them. Obviously, that's what I'm trying to sell. I'm trying to recruit more and more partners, trying to grow more and more successful people out there doing it in the market. And look, I've done it on your side of the fence too, and I know how difficult it is. So very easily, I come in there, right, and go back to my prompt. I paste that thing in, or in your case, type it up for the first time. And I will send this back to you after the fact so you can make sure that you're doing it correctly. And then you can see here, ChatGPT is building out 30 days of my content, right? So week 1, enhancing profitability and competitive edge, right? Because it's taking people through a buyer's journey, right? I don't want to just regurgitate and puke all this information out on them. I want them to really see the value in Fusion Connect. So as you know, you have to take people on a full-fledged journey. So week 1, it builds out the enhancing profitability and competitive edge. Then you're going to go to week 2, and it's strengthening vendor relationships and support. Week 3, expanding services and market reach. and then it'll go into, week 4 and etc. So what you can do here, right, is then you can also have it, connect with you for, you can connect some dots on SEO optimized hashtags and all that fun stuff. Now, what I will say, right, is the content is just the wording, right? The things that it produced. Now, you can have ChatGPT create models for you where you are creating images. I myself usually end up going to a website called Unsplash. It's a free resource for stock images. I also go to other social media outlets like TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, and find really funny videos that kind of coincide with the overall message that I'm doing. That takes a little bit more time to do, and I'd be happy to show you some free tools where you can take existing content and repurpose it. If you follow me on LinkedIn, you'll see some of that stuff pop up quite regularly. Obviously, I'm a little bit of a character, right? So I like to have fun with what I do because I think work should be fun, and I think that we should be entertaining. So what I'd like for everybody here on the call to do is try this out, right? So I'm going to send you these prompts. I'm going to send you an email after this in the recording if you want to refer back to it, right? So you can rewatch, relearn, redo all this stuff so you can become stronger at social selling. Now, what I would implore you to do is whenever you make a post, and it should be daily, I want you to message me in the Teams chat, right? I want you to text me. I want you to send me an email and send me the link to your post, and I'll engage with it. Because like I said, I have over 10,000 followers. And the cool thing about LinkedIn is anytime you interact with something, it shows other people in your network that you're interacting with something. So Dante White commented on this post. Dante White, liked this post, things of that nature, right? So you're going to get visibility outside of your existing network, which is really great, which is going to drive your engagement, which is going to drive your reach, which is going to do this stuff, right? And the algorithm's going to pick this up. When they start seeing that your content is liked very consistently, it's going to continue to show people that are looking for that type of content to do so. So once again, my name is Dante White. I'm Fusion Connect, and I would love for you guys to tune in to my next Fusion 15 next month and the months thereafter. I'm going to do this every month. 15 minutes, show you how to do it. As you saw, you created 30 minutes or 30 days of social content in 5 minutes. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. I want you to make sure that you thank yourself. You could have spent 15 minutes doing anything else, but you decided to make your business better. You decided to spend some time with me and educate yourself on the newest and best way to connect with your prospects. Everybody have a great day. I hope you all stay blessed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.